Okay, here I am with the Google Nexus One phone, and I'm going to show you some demos of Flash Player 10.1 in the browser on this device. So I'm going to go into the browser, and let me just go to my bookmarks. And the first thing I want to show you is YouTube. So this is a mobile version of the YouTube site, and this right here, the listing, is just regular HTML. But when I select the video here, it's going to play that video directly in this site. And let me turn that down here. So just as you would expect, we're able to watch YouTube video directly in the web page without having to go to a separate app. So if I turn this to landscape now, you'll see again I can watch it like this. Any Flash content, if I double tap it, it's actually going to go into full screen mode. And YouTube's done a nice job with this player because they've actually made the controls a little bit bigger so that they work with touch controls easier. So again, I can double tap in and out to go in and out of full screen mode. So again, that's a nice implementation of YouTube in Flash Player 10.1. So let me go back to my bookmarks here. And another thing I want to show you is a site called angryalien.com. It's one of my favorite Flash sites. And again, let me go to landscape mode so you can see it better. And this site is essentially 30-second recaps of movies done by these little animated bunnies. And these are all vector animations created in Flash. So I'm going to launch up Fight Club. And again, I can double tap to go into full screen mode. So you can see we get really nice frame rate here, just as you would expect in the desktop version of the Flash player. So I can double tap out, and now I want to show you a gaming site. So this is actually the Armor Games website. So they've created a mobile version of this. And again, this stuff right here, I can scroll. I'm going to choose this Alchemist game, and I'm going to let that load for a second. And there it is loaded. So again, I'm going to double tap to send this thing into full screen mode. And I'm going to do a new game here. Do continue. And the objectives of this game is essentially I read this pattern up here, and now I can drag and swipe across to find the correct combination. So here's red, green, red I need to look for. So I can do down and across like that. So again, I'm able to drag and use these nice multi-touch features. So here, red to two blues like that. We get really nice performance in here. And again, this is running full screen in the browser. Now this also could be an Air app if we wanted it to be. But again, we have really nice action here. Really good frame rate for games here in the browser. So let me do one more. Yeah, that's wrong. Well, anyway, you get the point. So that's gaming. Now let me show you another example. So this is the BBC News site. So again, this is not a mobile version, actually. This is just the full website for BBC News. And let me actually go into, again, landscape mode so you can see it a little better here. And again here, this is not, again, it's not a mobile version, but we can see we have Flash video here in the page. This is the live site. This is not a manipulated site here. So I can click to play this video, and again I can also double tap to go into full screen, and now I have a full screen video experience here on the BBC site. Again, I can double tap, it brings it out. I'm still able to interact with the page. So really nice here, and again, this is not even a site that's been manipulated for mobile, and we're still able to view nice video directly in the page. Alright, so let me go back to my bookmarks. So the next one is ESPN. So this is actually a mobile version of the ESPN site. And again, there's a lot of different stuff we can do in here. But again, we have some Flash video here, which I can play. And let me actually go into landscape mode. So here we have Flash video playing, and again, they've done a nice job with the video player, making it really touch friendly with these big controls. You know, it's quite easy to scrub this. I can go in and out of full screen mode, and since they've actually created a mobile version of the site, you can see I can actually be watching or listening to that, still interacting with the rest of the site. I can get my controls, and I can still use this nicely. It's a really nice implementation from ESPN. The last one I'm going to show you is just something that I made, actually, and this was essentially testing out the capabilities of doing things like 3D. So this example is a really simple 3D carousel, of course, that I created. And this is utilizing some assets from a great Red Interactive UFC site. So I have this little button, and all it does is launch you into full screen mode. And here you can see a 3D carousel of fighters. When I click either to the left or right, it's cycling through this carousel of fighters. Now this is using just the regular Flash 10 3D APIs. And you can see I have really nice frame rate. You can hear all the media is playing as well. And if I switch to landscape mode here, you can see the carousel a little bit better now. What's actually happening here. So these are all pretty beefy graphics that are being rotated around, again, in 3D space, and we have really nice performance here. So the idea that you can't do Flash in a mobile browser is just it's just not the case, as you can see. So that's just some demos of Flash Player 10.1 in the Nexus One browser.